Hey everyone, Future Cheyenne here. As you can see up here, there is an update available, but unfortunately the bulk of this episode was recorded before the update was announced and went live. So this episode will not be having the newest update. However, the next episode that I record, whether it be SavannaClan or MountainClan or HopeClan, will have the update. So be sure to look out for that when it comes out. Also, this episode has been an absolute pain to make so far. Having to do multiple recording sessions in between trying to do save file editing, which hasn't gone the best because I haven't done much of it and don't really know what I'm doing. So I have to ask help from the amazing people in the save file editing thread on the ClanGen Discord. And that has, of course, taken some time. At times I haven't been able to record because I wasn't able to open my save file. And again, big shout out to the people that helped me fix it. With so many different parts to patch together, and with the story aspects I was going for this episode, I'm probably going to have to do a lot of editing, cut a lot of stuff out, rearrange things, and that's going to take some more time as well. What I'm saying is, basically, this might be the only episode of mine that goes up this week. I will have to see what my schedule allows for, but I'm probably boring you. Let's get on with the episode. Last time in SavannaClan, we had some relationship drama going on, especially surrounding Brookheart's new kits. Nobody really knows who the father is, and cats have begun to speculate that it might be someone in another clan. Featherstar, however, is not putting up with that notion, and is distracted by the other relationship drama happening in the clan, which is that their deputy, Tumbleheart, who they have some history with already, may live up to her name once more and break Featherstar's brother's heart. As Downybranch has the rather large crush on them, this has led to Featherstar not trusting either her deputy or her head medicine cat. Meanwhile, Marshstream has started to win his leader's affections, becoming one of only a few cats that she trusts completely. We're still about a moon off with MountainClan, but this episode we're going to sync it up for good. I also want to point out that it's been a little bit more difficult to sync up than I realized because of the seasons difference, which I will probably end up solving by just leaving off the episode on the same season as MountainClan and the same general place. Featherstar is assessing the clan's apprentices. Tumbleheart was recently caught humming to themselves. Perhaps I should check the relationships just to be sure. It looks like her romantic like for Downybranch is not much larger than it was already. Downybranch, meanwhile, is proud of their ability to declare for their clanmates, and Shrewstorm thinks about taking on a new apprentice. Shinestripe had to fix an argument between kits. Meanwhile, Flutterpaw wonders how Brindletiger is doing, and Acestripe wonders about Brindlepaw. Lucille feels happy. Pantherfur rolls their eyes at the kits laughing about spirits not being real. Banshee is trying to set a good example. Marshstream is in awe of Featherstar's leadership. Wisteriapool tries to set a good example. Posystep is worried about Brindlekid. Morningthroat is feeling content. Brindletiger wonders how Morningthroat is doing. Brookheart wonders how Hornetpaw is doing. Hornetpaw, meanwhile, had quite the adventure. Brindlepaw wants to learn as many fighting techniques as they can. Duke managed to perform a difficult task on their own. SageKit is playing with a stick. JackdawKit tries to purr their way out of trouble with the medicine cat. Cypresskit is also playing with a stick with JackdawKit. Your Ears is hunting for a gift for their housefolk. It is a nice thought, but I don't think your housefolk are going to be too thrilled. It is a nice touch that kitty pets would do that. Leopard Eye sends an omen of things to come to Lucille. Well, that's not ominous at all. Brindleheart has been following the growth of Morningthroat. Notch here is thinking of advice to give to a medicine cat. Eclipse Nettle is watching over their housefolk as they sleep. I absolutely love Eclipse Nettle. Your patrol catches the scent of a fox. Tracking it, they find a swift fox feeding on a calf carcass. The cat-sized predator certainly didn't kill this massive hunk of fresh kill. Would we go for it? Well, I think Stripe might, being the shameless and kind of bold cat that he is, but I don't think Tumbleheart would put the apprentice in harm's way. Nor would Brindletiger want to risk it, having grown up in a very cautious clan. However, Stripe might convince the two that it would be good experience, and even better fresh kill, if they can manage to pull it off. But they'll do so in a cautious way, not sticking around if the predator puts up a fight. And indeed, it doesn't. Plus, Stripe continues to put his good brain to use, watching the fox in order to see what it does and getting an idea from it. Meanwhile, this patrol decides not to track down a fox, knowing it very well could be a more dangerous red fox. 2 running noses, and a much more alarming eagle attack. Wow. Poor Shinestripe. And the message always popping up to remind us of the war against MountainClan. Tumbleheart reminds her kid to eat. Tumbleheart, Brookheart, and Hornetpaw took a sunbath and had a nice talk. Pantherfur is still enamored with his mate, finding a bit of fluff that reminds him of her. Meanwhile, Featherstar also is in love, feeling giddy about getting on the same patrol as Marshstream. But Downybranch also is in love, wanting to explore the whole territory with Tumbleheart. Yikes. With Pantherfur still having no idea what's going on there. Meanwhile, Marshstream steals Tumbleheart's catch right out from under their paws. Definitely. Some of Featherstar's dislike for the she-cat must have rubbed off on him. He also got Flutterpaw in trouble when he said he would cover for her. And Wisteria ignores Flutterpaw. Sheesh, what do they have against Flutterpaw? Meanwhile, Wisteria is staying out of the drama and having a nice conversation with Pantherfur and Tumbleheart. Or perhaps he's doing some low-level mediating, I'm not quite sure. Or knowledge collection. Stripe is swapping prey with one of his grandkids. Morningthroat is saving Wisteria a piece of fresh kill. Brookheart saw Shrewstorm show off a skill they never knew they had. And for some reason, Brookheart ignores her own kid. Shinestripe has drawn the ire of Flutterpaw by deliberately taking the last of their favorite nesting materials for themselves. What is this? Hate Flutterpaw Day? At least Featherstar hasn't gotten in on the action. Although I do wonder if one of the others put that feather on her face deliberately. And the apprentices are all getting along. Meanwhile, with the kits, it's a mixed bag. And it looks like Lucille is spending a good bit of time with them. Shinestripe is eavesdropping on Morningthroat. Flutterpaw almost choked on their prey. Stripe faked a bellyache. Lucille wonders how Pantherfur is doing. Pantherfur is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Banshee is doing the same. Marshstream solves the problem by thinking back to another time the exact same thing happened. Wisteria spars with clanmates. Posy Step feels underappreciated. I guess both of her siblings have an apprentice other than Shrewstorm, who's the medicine cat, and really at this point the lead medicine cat. Morningthroat eavesdrops on Wisteria and Brindletiger eavesdrops on Brindlepaw. Brookheart is excitedly playing games with Jackdaw Kit, letting them win every time. That's adorable. Hornetpaw dreams of someday making their clan proud. Brindlepaw is making note of Dewpaw's journey as an apprentice. Dewpaw is being hard on herself. They don't think they've been performing up to their mentor's standards lately. Sage Kit pesters older cats to play with them. Jackdaw Kit wants to snuggle. And Cypress Kit is crying after roughhousing too hard with older cats. Aw, poor baby. As Shrewstorm pads through SavannaClan territory with their entourage, they feel a presence join them. Ooh. Shrewstorm softly alerts the rest of the patrol of their visitor. With respectful nods, the patrol pauses, tucks their paws together neatly, and sit to converse with the StarClan cat. Looking at StarClan, Quailstar hopes they've been a good leader. Chaffinchbright is proud of Wisteria Pool. Leopard Eye sends an omen of things come to Flutterpaw. Interesting. Brindle. Talonhorse is exasperated watching the clan's arguments. Both Finch and Curluket are thinking about a message to send. Though the StarClan cats told Shrewstorm of many things, ultimately the thing that stood out to her the most was an omen of a hornet. Upon telling Featherstar this, she is given permission to take the young cat on as an apprentice, much to Hornetpaw's shock and, really, dismay. Sure, he wants to make his clan proud, but never felt drawn to this path. And it also might draw the ire of Brindletiger, who had Hornetpaw as his own apprentice. Ultimately, though, he does want his sister's happiness and what's best for the clan, so he encourages Hornetpaw to walk this new path. There we go, he's now switched over, and we will see what happens. I feel like Downybranch would want to take the new apprentice out and show them some of the basics of healing. Despite her doubts about whether this is really the right path for the Tom, or what ulterior motives Shrewstorm might have. And Marshstream would want to go to keep an eye on Downybranch, using the guise of volunteering for herb gathering as cover. The heat has made the burdock grow in towering size. It's not finding them that's hard, it's trying to carry all the roots back to camp. It's a long but productive, lighthearted afternoon. I do think that neither Downybranch or Marshstream would let their hatred or suspicions of the other show. They're both too calculating for that. Instead, they joke and make small talk, and show Hornetpaw that herb gathering can, in fact, be fun. Meanwhile, Brindlepaw is having their own training session about how to best hide within the tall grass. But Brindlepaw is so excited that they can't quite manage to make themselves still and quiet enough to avoid detection. Oh well, it'll take a bit more work to learn this. Ooh, a kitty pet who is interested in joining. Oh dear, well, better luck next time, I guess. At least we have another kitty pet to keep track of in the Outsiders tab. Here he is. He's got an interesting collar, and he was loyal, a good fighter, and had a pretty good experience level for a kitty pet. Unfortunate we couldn't get him to join the clan, but I'll still be interested in watching his story progress outside. Stripe has finally decided to retire after many moons of service to the clan. It seems Tumbleheart is lacking in self-confidence this moon. Pantherfur is having a disagreement with Brindlepaw and planning to sneak out of camp with Hornetpaw? That's not like him. At least he's still having moonlit strolls with his mate. Featherstar is stuttering while speaking to Pantherfur. I wonder if she tried to tell him that perhaps Tumbleheart hasn't been as enamored with him as he might think she is. Meanwhile, Morningthroat saves his leader from embarrassment by mentioning the feathers stuck to their face. I don't think Featherstar would be thinking that about Downybranch now. Maybe she's thinking that in a spiteful way, or trying to compare Downybranch to their brother, to see who would Tumbleheart most likely go for in an even match. Anyway, I'll probably have to edit out any romantic like that happened there. Marshstream complains about Pantherfur. Well, that's not going to get you any points with Featherstar, that's for sure. But those two have always had kind of a rivalry going on in the background. Stripe wants to spend more time with Shinestripe. Nice alliteration there. Stripe, Tumbleheart, and Banshee had a sunbath and a nice little talk. Stripe complains that Tumbleheart never does anything useful. That sounds like Stripe to have a nice talk with you and then just, complain about you behind your back. Morningthroat thinks Shrewstorm isn't very considerate of others. Perhaps because of Shrewstorm challenging his crush to spar with them out of nowhere. Then again, maybe it's Brookheart who isn't very considerate of others, sharing an embarrassing story about Shrewstorm they were asked not to share. I do wonder what the story was. Shinestripe is settling down next to Stripe to listen to their stories. I'm sure the former loner has plenty to share. Hornetpaw is annoyed by Brindlepaw. Meanwhile, Flutterpaw realized they were too harsh in their judgment of Hornetpaw, and Brindlepaw is standing tall while Hornetpaw walks by. Perhaps in a way, Brindlepaw is picking on their sibling for having to be a medicine cat. Meanwhile, Jackdaw Kit shows their maturity and perhaps insecurity by apologizing after bumping into Brindle Tiger. Featherstar feels blessed by StarClan this moon. Tumbleheart wonders how Flutterpaw is doing. Downybranch thinks about taking on a new apprentice, perhaps to combat Shrewstorms. Hornetpaw, meanwhile, is wondering if Dewpaw would have been a better healer. Poor Hornetpaw. It seems he's not liking this new path at all, but there's so much pressure on him because of the omen. Shinestripe is growing suspicious of Shrewstorm eavesdropping on them. After all, Hornetpaw does not seem cut out at all to be a medicine cat apprentice. How could there have been an omen suggesting otherwise? Flutterpaw is learning how to deal with argumentative clanmates. Lucille spars with some clanmates, eager to show them that he can fight too. Pantherfur wonders if StarClan cats can hear them. I wonder if this is more than just an idle thought. Oh, I keep forgetting to use my mediators. Let's go ahead and use Flutterpaw this moon. What we're going to do is sabotage Downybranch and Featherstar to get rid of that romantic like so that I don't have to edit save files. I do think Flutterpaw was trying to help, having seen the tension lately between the two, but being so inexperienced and not realizing how much bad blood there really was, she got in a little too deep and couldn't fix it before it went sour. Thus she learns by trial and error. Banshee is looking around camp. For what? Who knows? Marshstream tells Brookheart's kids a thing or two about growing older. Wisteriapool is eavesdropping on Downybranch. If his father doesn't like that cat, there's gotta be a reason, right? With all this drama and Posy Step still feeling unappreciated, she wishes she was still in her nest sleeping. Morningthroat had a nightmare involving the rushing river nearby. Thankfully, he woke up, and it was just a dream. Right? Brindle Tiger listens closely to the sounds of the forest. Brookheart eavesdrops on Flutterpaw. She was curious to see if the cat could, in fact, make Featherstar and Downybranch's relationship better. Unfortunately, she was disappointed. Brindlepaw wants to get to know Pantherfur better. Dewpaw feels a sense of dread. Acestripe is enjoying their retirement and the warm sun. Sagekit stares into nothing in particular. Jackdawkit pretends to be clan leader. And Cypresskit tries to practice their growling. Out on a blackberry gathering patrol, Morningthroat and the apprentices decide to let Shrewstorm get some rest, as they do most of the hard work. Though gathering blackberry leaves is boring and sometimes frustrating, Hornetpaw is glad to spend time with his sister, and is amused when she does even worse at gathering herbs than he does. Morningthroat knows how to gather herbs effectively and make it fun. The apprentice finds himself wishing Morningthroat was his mentor, and the three mainly enjoy each other's company, as Shrewstorm enjoys their nap. The patrol checks the border, and they hear a startling sound, a hiss of pain. Let's proceed, and hope we get a new cat here. The loner hisses defensively as the patrol comes closer. Posy Step speaks soothingly to the loner, assuring them that they mean no harm and simply want to help. The loner seems distrustful, but allows Lucille to help them back to camp. Featherstar has felt more bold recently, and Marshstream has always been a bold cat, although they've both always been wise about it. On the off chance they might find a cat in here, they decide to go ahead and check it out. Whoops, it seems a fox was calling this home. The patrol backs out of the tunnels, and thankfully the fox doesn't follow, just as surprised as they were. That was a close call, but at least nobody got hurt. Tumbleheart's running nose has finally stopped running. Well, that's good. Oh! Featherstar confessed their feelings to Marshstream, and they have become mates. Well, the game did it for me. Downybranch left from a rock and didn't land quite right. Wisteriapool's tail was badly injured by a fox. Brookheart was recovered from birthing their litter, and the medicine den nests have been refreshed with new moss. Tumbleheart sees Pantherfur stumble while hunting and thinks it's cute. Well, the game seems to be telling me that their relationship is going as well as ever. So hopefully that will continue. Featherstar appreciates how Shrewstorm always seems to ask how they're doing. Downybranch saw Cola being considerate. Marshstream thinks Featherstar is very helpful. Wisteria admires how brave Pantherfur is. Stripe the Elder challenged Pantherfur to spar with them. I'm not sure how Pantherfur would feel about that. Posystep is telling jokes about Cypresspaw. Posystep also is jealous of Flutterpaw's prey. Yeesh, Posystep, what burrows up your butt today? Morningthroat and Sagekit joke about how bad the other cat lambs smell. Morningthroat finds a bit of fluff that reminds them of Shinestripe and thinks about giving it to them. Shrewstorm thinks Brindle Tiger was nice to them today. Brindle Tiger appreciates Pantherfur telling them they had a feather stuck to their face. Why are you so surprised, Brookheart? Why do you not like Sagekit? Isn't Sagekit your kit? What? I don't even know. Shinestripe stutters while speaking to Sagekit. Why is everybody being weird about Sagekit? Hornetpaw stands tall when Dewpaw walks by. Flutterpaw realized they were harsh in their judgment of Dewpaw. Cola is sharing tongues with Morningthroat. Featherstar wonders how Stripe is doing. Tumbleheart can't believe they overslept. Downybranch is wondering if they can borrow some catmint from the other clans. Probably Green Clan. Shrewstorm is checking up on the warriors. Hornetpaw craves the taste of bull. Shinestripe is feeling frustrated after a failed negotiation. Flutterpaw fell into the creek yesterday and is still feeling damp. I don't think that Shinestripe can work, because of the injury. Lucille tries to set a good example for younger cats. Pantherfur is giving thanks to StarClan. Banshee tries to set a good example. Marshstream wants to speak to Flutterpaw about something. Wisteria tries to set a good example. Posystep is crossed with the kid that everyone seems to be ragging on. Morningthroat is sparring. Brindle Tiger is eavesdropping. Cola lectures Brindlepaw. Brookheart is stitching their tail in excitement about something. Brindlepaw had quite the adventure. Dewpaw stares off into space. Stripe wants to get to know Marshstream better. Sagekit is pestering older cats. Jackdaw is annoying older cats. And Cypresspaw is nervous for their apprentice ceremony in 2 moons. Aw, Gurus doesn't understand why their housefolk is mad at them. It might be the gift you brought them, which is horrible. You should never yell at your cat over that. Bolt is sneezing. Okay, well, there's now an omen of things to come to Hornetpaw. Wants to warn Posystep. That's not ominous at all. Finch, for some weird reason, does not want to talk to Talonhorse. Oh, Eclipse Nettle is hanging around their old home, hesitant to leave it. Tracking it down, the cats spot a kit fox wandering through the grass, carrying a mouse in its jaws. Its mother could come back. I don't think we would proceed. Yes, it's an insignificant amount of fresh kill to start a fight over. It's extremely hot out today, and the hunting patrol is having a hard time staying on task. We will proceed. Oh dear, Lucille got heat stroke. That isn't good. A rabbit bursts out from cover, startled by the patrol. The patrol rallies almost instantly and catches it. Well, that's good. Well, because of injuries, this is the last patrol we can do. So I should have put Brookheart on the patrol with her parents, but it's fine. We'll just collect herbs. We got some oak leaves. And apparently the SavannaClan cats have climbing skills. I don't know how, but okay. Pantherfur got heat exhaustion, but Lucille recovered from heat stroke at the same time. So hopefully Pantherfur will also recover. And it's telling us the war against MountainClan has begun, but that happens every 2 moons, so it's fine. And Tumbleheart is joking about that exact thing. Meanwhile, Pantherfur and Tumbleheart appear to still be going strong for the most part, and for some reason Featherstar is jealous of Marshstream. I mean, okay, you guys just became mates, but I guess it's fine. Featherstar had a difficult conversation with Shrewstorm, and they now have a deeper understanding of each other. Meanwhile, Downybranch scolds Shrewstorm. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. I mean, Featherstar definitely has grown closer to the other medicine cat, while Downybranch does not trust him at all. after the final prophecy that was given to the clan before Wheatears died. Marshstream had Brookheart surprise them with something nice. Wisteria was surprised by Dewpaw being thoughtful. Shrewstorm is giving Brookheart a task. Brookheart asks Jack Duckett how they're doing. Banshee gives Featherstar a task, interestingly enough. Shinestripe appreciates Astripe, telling them they got a feather stuck to their face. Always seems to ask how they're doing. Brindlepaw thinks Dewpaw was nice to them today. Dewpaw gives Flutterpaw a task. Dewpaw, Shrewstorm, and Marshstream had a nice talk. Lucille heard an ugly rumor about Morningthrow. Perhaps the rumor that the kits he brought back to camp are his, which is in fact true, but of course he has not admitted that to anyone but Wisteria. Sage Kit gives Cola a task. Jack Duckett had a difficult conversation with Sage Kit, and they now have a deeper understanding of each other. Cypress Kit comes up with a plan to sneak out of camp with Marshstream. Ooh, interesting. Cola apologized to Brindle Tiger for something or other. Featherstar eavesdrops on Wisteria Pool. Maybe she doesn't fully trust her new son-in-law? Or perhaps it's something else. Tumbleheart eavesdrops on Morningthrow, meanwhile. Maybe she's heard those ugly rumors, too. Downybranch was startled awake in the wee hours by a vivid dream. Maybe we should check on StarClan. Shrewstorm looks forward to today. Hornetpaw was found napping in the warrior's den. Shinestripe is wondering if they would be a good swimmer. Flutterpaw is growing fond of Jack Duckett. I think we should do this again, so that these two could get to know each other more. Perhaps this is also the task Dewpaw gave to Flutterpaw. Maybe Dewpaw realizes that Astripe might be Morningthrow's father. Lucille tries to set a good example. Pantherfur eavesdrops on Shrewstorm. He is currently sick with heat exhaustion, and he uses his sickness to eavesdrop on the medicine cat, not fully trusting him. Banshee relaxes in camp. Marshstream wants to be chosen as the new deputy. That's kind of odd. Wisteria is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Posy Step is sparring with some clanmates. Morningthrow is hoping Astripe will tell them a new story. Brindle Tiger has a hard day. Cola wonders how Downybranch is doing. Brookheart suffered a belly ache after being dared to swallow a beetle. Brindlepaw wonders if StarClan is giving Downybranch any prophecies lately. Dewpaw, meanwhile, dreads their apprentice duties, or maybe Dewpaw as the medicine cat, but Shrewstorm has made his choice. Astripe wants to get to know Morningthrow better. Well, you have. Sage Kid is annoying older cats, Jack Duckett is rubbing against the warrior's legs, and Cypress Kit grows fond of Jack Duckett. While walking along the border, your patrol notices a Jungle Clan patrol. Once the patrols cross paths, Marshstream is quick to break the awkward atmosphere with a friendly greeting and easy conversation. The two patrols eventually return to their tasks feeling confident in their good relations with the opposite clan. Perhaps we should see if a prophecy was sent to Downybranch. Brindleheart has been following the growth of Marshstream, which is interesting, for sure. And Podkit looks to visit Cypress Kit in a dream. Downybranch was reminded of a former prophecy. It was one that was given to Shrewstorm not that many moons ago, but it seems a bit different than the way that she had heard Shrewstorm tell it. Instead of a heron smothering all that threatens SavannaClan, a hawk's feather does. The patrol hears the sound of a screaming cat begging Feather Two Legs to come back, and the sound of a monster speeding away. They find a well-groomed kitty pet, collapsed by the thunderpath, wailing for their two legs to come back. Morningthrow comforts them and asks them why their two legs have left them. The only explanation that they can give is that they've been sick recently and perhaps too much of a burden. Morningthrow offers the former kitty pet a place in SavannaClan, at least till they're better. So we have a new member. Spot has joined the clan. Here he is. He is 41 moons old and has a rainbow nylon collar accessory. He's wise and a fantastic teacher. He has white cough, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst condition he could have had either, so hopefully he'll recover. Meanwhile, our luckier kitty pets, Gurriers and Bolt, are hanging out. In the crisp, cool air of leaf fall, it should be easy to find wild garlic by scent. Try as they might, Shrewstorm can't quite remember the exact shape of the garlic leaves and isn't going to harvest from plants they haven't correctly identified. While walking along the border, your patrol notices a SwampClan patrol renewing their scent marks up ahead. Once the patrols cross paths, Lucille is quick to break the awkward atmosphere with a friendly greeting and easy conversation. They remember some of the news that SwampClan shared at a recent gathering and bring it up, impressing the other patrol with their polite interest. Nice. Dewpaw finds dry herbs while on a walk and decides to give them to Tumbleheart to wear on their pelt. Downybranch's sprain has healed, but Marshstream has now sprained their paw. And unfortunately, Shinestripe's broken bone is growing an infection. Meanwhile, Sagepaw becomes an apprentice and touches noses with their new mentor, their mother, Brookheart. Brookheart is watching with pride as Jackdawpaw is named and given to Lucille to apprentice under. They know Lucille was a good choice. Featherstar calls a meeting. They have been watching Cypress Kit for a while now and have decided to mentor them personally. Wow! Cypresspaw's eyes shine with pride. Cola's wound is healed. Melidospot has already recovered. And then got it again. Oh dear. SavannaClan warriors plan new battle strategies for the war. Okay. For some reason, Pantherfur fought with Jackdaw Kit, who's now Jackdawpaw, I suppose. Featherstar challenged Shinestripe to spar with them. Featherstar, Brindletiger, and Banshee had a nice talk while eating. Featherstar complains Wisteria never does anything helpful. Downybranch mused congratulations to Ace-Stripe for a job well done. Marshstream had a fight with Brookheart. Well, I imagine his mate isn't too happy about that. Wisteria thinks Brindletiger was nice to them today. Ace-Stripe ignores Brookheart. Just flat out ignores her. Posy Step appreciates Downybranch, telling them they had a feather stick to their face. Posy Step saw Brindlepaw show off a skill they never knew they had. Perhaps one that will be useful in the war they're planning. Morning Throat tried to bring Shinestripe's behavior up to them, but it turned into a fight. Someone else had to break up. Ooh. Looks like our mediator's gonna be busy this moon. Morning Throat develops a crush on Wisteria. Brookheart is stuttering while speaking to Ace-Stripe, and also to Sage Kid, who's now Sagepaw. Banshee is having a wonderful time discussing clan news with Tumbleheart. Shinestripe covered for Lucille on something minor. Hornetpaw appreciates, but Brindlepaw seems to ask how they're doing. Featherstar gives Flutterpaw advice. Brindlepaw is surprised by Flutterpaw being thoughtful. Dewpaw thinks about how Shrewstorm is reliable. Dewpaw, Cypresspaw, and Banshee took a sunbath. Lucille asks Wisteria how they're doing. Sagepaw thinks they can tell Cypresspaw something important. Featherstar stares off into space. Tumbleheart wonders how Pantherfur is doing. He is still sick, I believe. Downybranch thinks about taking on a new apprentice, and look, Downybranch is so old now. I did not realize how old she was getting. Shrewstorm wants a mouse. Hornetpaw can see how busy their mentor is. Shinestripe feels nervous. Featherpaw is learning how to gently guide a cat into accepting a truth they don't like. Lucille involves the kits in a game of make-believe about traveling through a strange land. Pantherfur goes to the medicine cat to ask for spiritual advice. Banshee is purring all night. Marshstream spars, but he's also injured. Wisteria eavesdrops on Jackdawpaw, also still injured. Posy Step talks with friends about celebrations. Morning Throat is in awe of Featherstar's leadership, also Brindletiger. Melidospot tells some kids a thing about growing older. Cola is daydreaming. Brookheart is hoping Astripe will tell them a story. Brindlepaw woke up on the wrong side of the nest. Dewpaw is rambling on to Kits about the importance of respecting their elders. Sagepaw helps to reinforce the camp wall. Jackdawpaw doesn't want to go on patrol with Brindlepaw. Cypresspaw had an adventure. And Astripe is feeling restless. Ooh, it is a fox kit. I do think that these two, while not too experienced in the clan, would know that you do not go looking for trouble, at least not in SavannaClan. So the apprentices don't get any experience this patrol. Because Cola is an outsider who just recently discovered, I should put them on a worth-proving patrol. I was only supposed to do it with one other cat, but we have 3 here. It's fine. We're going to proceed. We must proceed. So if Cola dies, Cola dies. Oh dear. They're rushed back to camp once Posy Step notices what they're eating, where the medicine cat might have a chance at saving them from deathberry poisoning. I'm sorry. I haven't really followed that rule, so I feel bad to do that to poor Cola when I haven't been following it anyway, but I really probably should, to make this challenge a little more, a little harder, a little closer to what MountainClan goes through. Because gosh, if you haven't seen the last episode of MountainClan, their challenge is hard. And I think I've probably overall followed it closer than I have followed SavannaClan's. Okay, interesting. No, we're not going to do anything about that thing. Because we are scaredy cats. I think we'll proceed. The patrol finds some astonishingly fat chickens running around the two-leg nest and help themselves to as many as they can carry. Poor chickens, rip chickens. But at least we have some more prey. The gaggle of medicine cats strolls around SavannaClan's territory. It's a rare opportunity for all of them to be out like this together. The medicine cats are too caught up in chatting with one another, they don't collect a single leaf. Perfect. I think Flutterpaw has taken it upon himself to get Astripe to know all of his grandchildren. I think Flutterpaw might know the truth, so Flutterpaw is gonna do their best. Pantherfur managed to recover from heat exhaustion, but got a running nose. Wisteria Pool hailed from their mangled tail, but will forever be marked by a scar. Hornetpaw always seems to have petals stuck in their fur. Morningthroat sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as they watch Dewpaw be named Dewdapple and honored for their equanimity. They consider themselves lucky to have been able to train such an amazing cat, and look forward to seeing the warrior they become. Pantherfur had a disagreement with Morningthroat while on patrol earlier. I wonder what the disagreement could have been about. Featherstar stutters while speaking to Brookheart. I wonder if Featherstar might be starting to take to heart the warnings that Downybranch gave her about Brookhart's kids. Well, where they came from, anyway. Featherstar, Banshee, and Lucille had a nice talk while eating. Downybranch swaps favorite prey with Shrewstorm. Downybranch challenged Brindlepaw to spar with them. Marshstream finds a bit of fluff that reminds them of Cola and thinks about giving it to them. Marshstream appreciates how Morningthroat always seems to ask how they're doing. Wisteria Pool thinks they could tell Morningthroat something important. Is it about their relationship? Or is it about something else? That's got a funny Shinestripe's pelt is shining. Shrewstorm tells jokes about Dewdapple. And is drawing the ire of Flutterpaw. Meanwhile, Sagepaw's being considerate. But then is complaining about Brookheart behind their back. Sagepaw's complaining about their mother. Wow. And, well, maybe it's because she gave Sagepaw a task. I don't know. It could have just been that. Flutterpaw is jealous that Brookheart got praised by the leader. Also, maybe her kits are considered outsiders by the rest of the clan. After all, most of the cats in the clan think that Morningthroat's litter was adopted, and they don't seem to have a problem with adopted kids, but everybody knows Brookheart's wasn't, and suspicion of other clans, especially MountainClan, is rampant right now. Lucille bickered about something trivial with Shrewstorm, and had a disagreement with Shinestripe. Sagepaw shares prey with Jackdawpaw. Jackdawpaw wants to spend more time with Brindlepaw. Cypresspaw listens closely as Hornetpaw tells them about the new herb they learned to recognize today. Malidospot had a mock battle with Flutterpaw, and Malidospot lets Jackdawpaw share their troubles with them. Featherstar makes a solemn vow to protect her clanmates. Tumbleheart is eavesdropping on Posy Step. Downybranch is napping. Shrewstorm is happy they chose Medicine Cat. Hornetpaw is eavesdropping on Morningthroat, and also look at the feathers in Hornetpaw's fur, and Hornetpaw is grown. He's gorgeous, by the way. Shinestripe is contemplating teaching the clan communication skills. Unfortunately, Shinestripe is still hurt and has been for half a year now. Flutterpaw also has her adult sprite, and she is also gorgeous. Lucille tries to set a good example. Pantherfur is now back up and running, although he does have a runny nose. Banshee is eavesdropping on Lucille. Marshstream wants to get to know Cypresspaw. Wisteria Pool is talking with friends about recent celebrations, and now has a scarred tail. Posy Step wants to get to know Brindle Tiger. Morningthroat is busy chastising clanmates, but no one is sure what for. Brindle Tiger wants to get to know Banshee. Malidospot is eavesdropping on Hornetpaw. Cola is eavesdropping on Dewdapple. Brookheart has the apprentices engaged in a very, very tall tale. Dewdapple, also, look at her adult sprite, is sparring with some clanmates. Brindlepaw is hoping their name will end in Claw. I might actually have to do that. Sagepaw wants to get to know Posy Step better. Jackdawpaw is asking Panther questions about warrior life. Cypresspaw is craving the taste of bowl, and Ace-Stripe is bossing around youngs. Notchier is watching over Cypresspaw. Talonhorse is currently walking in the dreams of Brookheart. Weedears is proud of Brindle Tiger, and Leopardeye has been following the growth of Ace-Stripe. Chaffinchbright and Leopardeye are fighting. I wonder what about. Eclipse Nettle is happy to see another cat. Well, another dead cat anyway. Although Shrewstorm would have liked to gather some herbs, it's not exactly why he brought Cypresspaw out on patrol. He's been noticing something off about Cypresspaw, and when asked what it is, Cypresspaw simply says that they don't like being looked at as different, and they want to know they don't have a father. Even the other apprentices have Morningthroat as a father, but Cypresspaw only has Brookheart, and she doesn't even know where she comes from. Shrewstorm files this away in his mind. Well, for now, he has to put up with Hornetpaw's bickering about the weather, and he decides it's probably best to just bring them all back to camp. I think everyone in the clan has gotten a stern talking to about those berries. After last time, I think Featherstar would proceed, and nice, we got another chicken. I don't know why I proceeded, but it's fine, nobody got hurt. Oh dear, Downybranch fell into a river and inhaled a lot of water before managing to get out. They've been hacking ever since. Marshstream can walk and move without pain, so his sprain is healed at least, and Shinestripe's wound is no longer infected. Hornetpaw has known that StarClan has been watching over them since they started their apprenticeship. They are given the name Hornet Thistle in honor of their faith. Wow, okay. Apparently Hornetpaw had a lot more faith in StarClan than I thought. The kitty pet Bolt has died recently. Cola got very lucky and has managed to recover from the poison, and Malidospot recovered from white cough. Downybranch thinks Shrewstorm has been acting stuck up and rude. Well, Shrewstorm has been the only medicine cat Featherstar will listen to recently. Well, Shrewstorm and his apprentice, anyway. But Downybranch is no longer listened to by Featherstar. And seeing as Downybranch knows Shrewstorm could potentially be a threat to the clan because of the prophecy, Downybranch keeps worrying about that. Stripe finally thinks it's time to come clean and tell his grandchildren that he was their grandpa, that he abandoned Weed Kit in order to try and give them a better life. And Morning Throat hasn't taken it very well. However, Posy Step has, deciding to listen to the stories her grandpa has to share. Shrewstorm is a bit jealous of his apprentice. Lucille wants to spend more time with Panther Fur. Cypresspaw was trying to get Sagepaw to sneak out of camp, but Sagepaw did not like that at all, catching them in a lie to their clanmates trying to set up this mission to sneak out of camp. Cola and Panther Fur swap prey, and Malidospot admires how brave Shinestripe is. Panther Fur does not like to go near any two-legged structures, really, but his sister has been pushing the clan to be a little more risky lately. So, with Lucille's encouragement, he makes the leap, and they find some birds that they can eat. Oh dear. Oh man, Wisteria Pool got a broken bone from this encounter. That's not good. I wonder what they disagreed about. But Banshee, whatever it is, cannot fix the disagreement. Featherstar takes this opportunity to show their apprentice how clan relations are done. But Cypresspaw already seems to be eager to go meet the Jungle Clan cats. Once the patrols cross paths, Featherstar is quick to break the awkward atmosphere with a friendly greeting and easy conversation. The two patrols eventually return to their tasks, feeling confident in their good relations with the opposite clan. And Cypresspaw definitely talks a lot to the other cats. Cola finds an abandoned kit. Cola rushes the kit back to camp. The kit is nursed back to health. Yay! Horse Kit has joined the clan. Here is little Horse Kit, a young male of 3 moons with silver eyes who has a nervous trait. He's adorable, of course. We'll have to see what kind of cat he grows up to be. Gurrears is now a senior. Bolt is now joined Eclipse Nettle in the unknown. Quillstar is curious about Downybranch. Chaffinchbright is ready to send an omen. Leopard Eye feels down. Weedears shares their knowledge with Martindrift. Is it about the prophecy about the finch and the shrew? Brindleheart judges Lucille, and Curlew-Kit knows what Cola's secret is. Near the end of the moon, Cypresspaw disappears. Featherstar, worried about their apprentice, sends out patrols right away to try and find her. But Cypresspaw is nowhere to be found in the whole territory, except one spot along the MountainClan border, where there is a tiny spattering of blood and some fur, and her scent, along with the scent of some MountainClan cats. Immediately, Featherstar starts thinking the worst when a patrol brings this news back to camp. And as the wheels in her head start turning, she wonders if perhaps it is time to attack their foe. But she decides it is better to wait until the next gathering, when she can confront MountainClan. And if MountainClan does not give them a satisfactory answer, then Featherstar will take more drastic measures. The gathering comes, and MountainClan is nowhere to be seen. Rumors abound about why the clan is not there, but Featherstar thinks she might know the answer, which causes her to start thinking about war once again. If they are planning a battle, she should be planning on striking first. Featherstar calls a meeting naming Brindlefeather a warrior. They will need all the warriors they can get in the coming moon, they fear. Shinestripe's broken bone has finally healed. Unfortunately, Sagepaw has gotten a white cough. Relationships go on like normal, although Tumbleheart is upset Pantherfur tried to give them their least favorite prey. Perhaps Pantherfur is distracted recently. Pantherfur is also bickering about trivial things. That doesn't like him at all. Featherstar is talking with Morningthroat about the possible coming battle. Perhaps, if she needs advice, she would trust the Tom to give her some. She is also talking with her mate. She's trying to get as many opinions as possible. Featherstar is trying to cheer up their niece with something nice. After all, one of her kits has seriously gone missing and the other has white cough. Brookheart is finding it hard to speak, so worried about her kits. Featherstar is trying to be sure that all of the cats are up on their fighting skills, even the clan's mediator. Meanwhile, the clan's mediator has just developed a crush. Cola is probably noticing how Marshstream seems to have an easier time of things, being the mate of the leader. Featherstar's decision is made when Shrewstorm comes to the leader with news of a vision where she saw Cypresspaw on top of the mountain, dead. And that is enough for Featherstar to finally make a decision. She calls together the closest advisors they have, choosing their brother Pantherfur, their mate Marshstream, and Weedier's son Morningthroat. Together they debate whether they should attack MountainClan, and in the end, they all agree. They must avenge Cypresspaw and put this group of rogue murderers in their place once and for all. So, if you want to see the coming battle, that will probably take place in the next episode of MountainClan. It'll also probably take place, well, probably what'll happen is the aftermath of the battle will be in the next episode of SavannaClan, more clearly seen, but the actual battle itself will take place in MountainClan's next episode. So, be sure to subscribe to see that when it comes out, and I will see you all next time.